the stream, Eric.
Okay.
Stream
All
is
right. That's cool.
started. Stream is started. Turning that on. Put this over here. Oh my God, my shoulder. Back. I think we did a couple Patreons, didn't we, Eric? Have you seen the email?
I seems like I did.
Because there's one I'm going to ask that we skip.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Kevin McLaughlin. Thank you, sir. I have to give him
He
a shout
hooked you
out.
up?
Sorta. He
hooked me up.
Did he? He signed up for Google Project. Oh yeah, he hooked you up with this with the meats. Huh.
How do you? Yeah.
Project Fi, he used my affiliate code.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have 2 Patreons and that's it. No other emails that I can tell. Yeah, Carlo and Jay. Okay. Everything okay?
Huh? Yeah, I'm just loading up apps. Carlo. Yes.
When you're ready. I'm about to
No emails other than that though, right?
We have one other email, but I'm not going to bring it to the show. I'm going to close that window. I feel comfortable. Oh yeah, I got to extend this really quick. That app wasn't sure if I did bring, called G Stomper Studio. Do you remember the name?
No.
We brought it 334.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. And I didn't realize I was going back that far in my it's been that.
G Stomper Studio by Planet H. $13.
See, back then it was only $9. So it's only went up in price.
Wow, G Stomper has a lot of apps.
I know, I noticed that too. Apparently they clicked on something that they like.
It looks like there's also another brand using the G Stomper name at the same time. You got Planet H and EIP Studios, Ohio. There's nothing wrong with Ohio except for the snow.
Well, the one that I was Planet H.
Yeah, Planet H is
that was one
the OG Stomper.
Wow, they do have a lot. VA Beast Synthesizer. VA must stand for something.
Virginia Beast.
It doesn't.
That's where you go to the beach. You hang out. The Virginia Beast.
Rhythm. User compilations. Wow.
Hey, Dor, speaking of Virginia, if I come to Norfolk in May, can you swing by?
Wedded May. Because I will say May is the worst month.
Oh, okay.
Because it's my son's birthday, it's my birthday, and it's Memorial Day. And it's my nephew's birthday, but there's still a chance. If it's around like the 12th or the 15th.
Sounds about right.
12th to the 18th, I'll say.
It is the 20th through the 23rd.
Still possible. Because I believe the week after that is Memorial Day weekend. Let me do this. Google Maps. Let's see how far it is. Because I seriously, I don't know. I have no clue how far it is. Navigate.
So it's 200 miles from DC, I guess, to there.
Oh.
Maybe a ferry would be faster.
Yeah, 260 miles. Oh, it's even giving me the option to fly.
To fly?
In Google Maps, I said navigate from my location to Norfolk, Virginia. Third option, Baltimore, Maryland to Norfolk. It's a 50-minute flight from $197.
I don't know how the traffic is there. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
I like it. That's giving me the option. Because if that said $80, I might. Yeah, that's not bad.
All right.
So 4.5 the edge of the world. Okay. Cheese Stomper has a lot, man. I wish I had a music guy that I could bounce that off of and say, hey.
Well, I got a music guy in the house. He's going to be the next one.
Well, you know what I mean.
You know. So are we speaking of that? Are we heading somewhere February?
I am. I'm heading to Orlando. That's the goal.
You got your plane ticket already?
No. Hell no.
It's only 2 months away. 3 months. 3 months away. 4 months. I don't know.
Yeah, 4 months away.
Caleb says, "Don't do it. It's not worth it."
To Orlando, we're doing it.
No, to Norfolk.
To Norfolk. Wow,
Well,
Caleb.
It's a city meeting.
Oh, so in other words, it's a boring meeting.
It's a good chance. Okay. Yeah, Orange Monster tonight.
Hey, do you have your apps already?
I do.
Let me lock my chair because I need a new chair, and I really hate this chair.
You've been saying that for about 5 months now.
No, not 5 months. I figure if I say it enough, then I have no choice. Why
5 episodes.
No. It looked to me like a light went out.
It does.
Light. No light difference.
Maybe we just both had a stroke at the same time.
No, this seems way too much. Hold on. My stuff again. I got 4, enter, 1.
Did you bump your dimmer switch?
I don't have a dimmer switch. Me, poor. No.
Make sure you're strapped if you go to Norfolk. Dang. Oh man, concealed carry even. What episode are we on?
It looks dark. I don't know. I mean, maybe the light got dimmer.
Look at me again. Yeah, there's something on your left side. Darker.
I don't know. Hello, darkness.
Dude, I'm just like really super bright, man. I got like my forehead is another light in this room. It's weird. Now I gotta do some experimenting because my microphone got moved back away slightly, so I gotta make sure I stay up on it.
And you gotta just make sure the level is good, kind of thing. You want to go ahead and do a test recording real quick? Just take a peek.
Testing 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Yeah, I need to stay right here. All up in the Audio Technica. Stay all up in it.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, but don't worry about this, okay? I have to figure out, somebody has to figure out, is there a way we could say the thing at the end of the show that we then put at the beginning of the show? Could that same piece be applicable to give to another show as an ad for this show? The problem is like in the beginning, if you say coming up next on Android App Addicts, well, then it's not acceptable for that other show.
Say that.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
This week on Android App Addicts.
I know.
They could do that.
I'm honestly thinking we're going to have to say the show number in that one, in that part. This week on Android App Addicts 489. Boom.
That's cool.
Because they could be listening to it later. Now I look pinkish blue.
No.
I mean, no, you don't think I do?
No, I wasn't saving.
I think I look.
You look. You look. All right.
I think the color's off too.
You don't look your typical pasty self. You got a little color.
I'm supposed to be pasty. I'm Irish.
It's okay.
No, we got to fix that. I'm Irish. I'm supposed to be pasty.
You're getting way.
See, because that's only coming blue. It ain't going white. So let me do
this. I love your name in the chat tonight, Dor.
I don't know. Didn't see it yet.
Perfect. Swinging door. I never knew you did.
I guess that's pasty enough. Not getting quite pasty enough. That's not right. My ancestors are going to be upset at me. They're going to come back from Valhalla. Oh, wait, I'm Irish. There's no Valhalla in Ireland. This will be nice. One of my buddies said, just stick a flashlight to your camera. That will match the color of your skin.
There you go. That works. Dude, I rode 3 miles today on my bike and
oh, I'm sorry for your knees.
And then walked 3 miles after I got home.
Okay.
Do that as an HD shirt. Is that white?
It's very white. Not berry white.
Oh yeah. That is a nice
Not
shirt.
quite pale enough, but I'm gonna go with it.
Good enough. Good enough.
Swinging door.
I need to turn. Let me turn one light off at least in here.
Okay. Okay, Ben. Yeah. I don't know if this color's gonna come across. Camera. That's almost Podnutz green. It's so close. But it's too dark.
I don't know.
It's a little bit too dark.
What do we all up in our vanity about our looks anyway? I don't know.
This? You need a
diffuser. Podcast. Bring back Doran, Eric.
What you need is a diffuser.
The lights on me are very diffused.
Well, they're not diffused enough.
Or
they're too white. I don't know. I'm racist. I don't know. Do me a favor, launch up your Audacity.
There's those big circle LEDs.
Yeah, those things are like blinding.
No, I'm just kidding. They're not. It just looks like it is. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Hit record in 3, 2, 1. Record. Test.
Ooh, that's bassy. It's like
Count
Kevin's bassy.
Oh, don't say Kevin. His name Poison. I can't say it anymore. Even though he was a great actor. Okay.
What are we? 489? Hello, phone users. Welcome to Android App Addicts. This is episode number 489 of the oldest Android apps podcast in the world. My name is Eric Arduini, and also on the show today, we have Steve McLaughlin, DoorToDoorGeek. Steve, how are you today, sir?
Hey, man. Well, I'll say this. First off, it's very possible there was Polish scientist with a podcast about how to make robotic androids, and maybe their podcast was called Android Enthusiast or something. I don't know, but we are the first one focused on Android apps that I'm at least aware of. If you have if you can test that, please send an email to steve@smd.net and we'll take care of everything.
Steve at smdcomputers.net, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, you're right.
You don't even know your own email address?
Well, I never write an email to myself. It's just like I tell people, I don't know the color of my eyes. I don't look at them.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't take selfies all day.
Yeah. No, I don't either. Yeah, so that's where all of our fan mail should go to, and hate mail if you're contesting our proclamation there.
Especially the hate mail. I'm trying to think, Eric. I haven't even really seen much in the realm of Android news here in the last week, much less I haven't gotten any hardware. And honestly, I don't see myself really getting any new hardware here for a little while, because I'll say this. I don't notice stuff, my phone is an Honor 8. It's well over a year old. It has to be. I'm still getting security patches. I just got one like 2 days ago. So I'm happy about that.
I'm just waiting with bated breath. 3 of my 4 phones in the house are Nexus devices, and they're all 2 years old. So as soon as one of them goes on the fritz or the batteries just totally conk out, then I'll be looking for another Pixel. They're really coming down in price. I just saw another Pixel on one of our local trading apps today for $150, and that's a decent price for a Pixel, I thought.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
the only hardware I'm looking for right now is a used Google Daydream headset.
oh, gotcha. I'm just happy you didn't say tablet. Yeah, I'll say when the activity on the Google screen, Google Pixel 2 screen started to finally die down, people regained, I'll say, confidence in the Pixel 2. Um, there was no doubt they had no choice, just like Samsung and the battery thing. They had no choice but to make it right. They can't just abandon the entire thing and say, "Well, we're done with that idea." Um, which told me they're going to come down in price, just like I told a guy earlier today. Bitcoin is going to hit 10,000. It's just a question of when. Is it going to be in 6 months or is it going to be in 3 years? But it's going to hit it. The only thing that can make it stop is something catastrophic, like a flaw in the protocol, a flaw in
In
the
the
blockchain.
chain
Yeah,
blockchain.
something like that.
Didn't they have some sort of a thing that happened recently?
I do believe they've had issues, but they've all been addressable and fixable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as hardware news, no, my Huawei Honor 8 is still doing really good. The OnePlus 5T got more formally announced. I don't know if it's completely formal yet, but it looks fine. Everything I saw looks fine. The price is fine. Sure, it's a great device, but it isn't encouraging me to go spend money. The Huawei Mate 10 Pro, I believe, was the only one that caught my attention, but I ain't got no. Those things are still too expensive brand new, so I'm gonna wait on no matter what I do. Knowing me, I won't get anything until probably next April or May.
What's that Huawei running? It's really pretty high, huh?
The Huawei Mate 10, I wanna say when it becomes fully available, I wanna say it's expected to be $700.
Wow. So I guess when they did they weren't expensive until after they did the 6P, were they? I always thought that they were a real budget, cheap kind of Chinese phone until
Not
then.
Not really. They always had higher end phones. Remember, they had the Note phones over there
Mm,
that
yeah,
were really popular.
that's right.
Nothing is as expensive as Apple phones or Samsung phones, but they had a good range of devices. They did have lower end devices as well, them and Xiaomi, but they also had some decent higher end ones. Now they're really getting into the point where everybody's high end phones are getting very, very nice.
Yeah. Well, I've been a Nexus user for a long time, as long as I could have possibly have been, I guess, on Project Fi anyway. And now with Pixel, now so yeah, AOSP or whatever, it's stock Android. It's starting to wear on me. I feel it. It's not like it's not working or anything. It's just I've had kind of the vanilla stuff for a long time, and sometimes I kind of you know I guess wish to see what's on a Note 8, a Samsung. What kind of extra goods does this brand bring to the table or that brand bring to the table rather than the vanilla um Google that I am very used to, and I'm probably honestly there's probably things that I use that I don't even realize those phones don't have that I would really miss if I were to go there. But I just get that itch every now and then.
Well, yeah, and I'll say years ago, any phone you got from a major carrier had so much stuff on it, and 80 plus percent of it nobody wanted.
Hmm.
Now I'll say it is remarkably better, where quite literally 20% of the software on it, the person would end up really liking and really wanting. Only, I would say 30% of the stuff on the phone you get, they're really not going to want whatsoever. Especially if it's a Verizon phone, you'll definitely have at least 30% of the stuff on the phone you will never touch, never want to touch, never wanted to be there in the first place. But
Yeah.
phones have gotten much, much better, especially camera type software. They've really stepped it up.
So I've got quite a few apps tonight, and some of them do deal with the customization of a phone because I got bored, I guess, and
Ah,
wanted to flash it up a little bit. So if you don't mind, I'm going to bring the first app tonight.
sure.
All
Good.
right, cool. So this is called, and I don't know how well this would work with all other phones. It works so good with a Pixel though. Um, this is called NavBar Animations No Root.
This isn't the one that I brought like 2 weeks ago to you?
Oh, is it? Probably. Maybe that's why I know. That's why I like it so much. Is it the same one you brought?
I think. It sounds like it. Let me see. What's in
Yeah.
yeah,
I
this is the same one that I brought you because I said this is an Eric app.
it definitely is. You hit the nail on the head then. That's why I've been using it. Okay, so
Well
I'm gonna
well
skip
well
that one.
well, no, tell me because
Oh, okay.
I n didn't install it because there was nothing about the app that I wanted. So what in the app did you like and what did it do?
Okay, so it's a free or paid app. The free version gives you a limited choice and some ads sometimes. Of basically the little nav bar is your back, home, and recent apps thing at the very bottom of your phone. And when you hit your home button, um, at least on the Pixel, there's a little animation, a little Google thing. This takes that little bit of your phone at the very bottom, and when you hit your home button, it'll make like a little fireworks display down there, or just like little lines go zooming off, ripple away from the home button after you press it. And it's just a little added touch that will just make your phone look a little bit different than everybody else's when you hit the home button. That's all it does.
Well,
But it
my question is, has anybody seen this on your phone and said, "What the hell was that?"
no, no, I don't usually use my phone in front of people too much. I haven't, not yet anyway. I mean, they haven't. But
Gotcha.
I think if I did have my phone out in front of somebody and they were just, looking at my phone, they might say, "Oh, what just happened there?" So for free, you get, I don't know, probably 16 or so different animations that you can add to that home button press. And then if you pay, I think it's a dollar or $2, you can get probably another 30 or so animations in the gold series, and then that takes away the ads too.
Gotcha. That ain't bad. That's a, fair sounding price.
Yeah, well, that was a real good one. I brought a one right out of the closet, right off the bat. I'll let you. Hey, how about a new app door? Do you have any of them?
Oh, well, the new app I have, came from, our Podnutz, Android App Addicts Google Plus community. Wow, that was a mouthful. I wanna say Julian is the guy's name that brought it, and I really feel like a jerk because I can't remember his name. Um, Last week, we named the show, trying to remember now because I can never think of the names. Yeah, it was Julian who
It
brought
was
us the
mushrooms are the new BB10.
mushrooms are the new BB10. And we were complaining, I don't remember if it was during the show or after the show, but why can't we have an app to identify mushrooms?
Yeah,
And I'm saying to myself, that's a dangerous thing. You can't, man, that is not going to happen. Well, Julian found one, posted it in our co- community called Mushroom App by Vocom. It is in edu education, E for everyone, completely free to download and install. Does have an in-app purchase, 1,945 reviews, 4.2 average reviews, updated October 11th, 2017 between 100,000 and 500,000 installs, current version 16. And basically, you take a picture and it helps you identify mushrooms, and there's a browse guide as well, so you can just browse mushrooms to see what could be in your area, what do they look like, how big is it, what is it locally by, kind of thing. So I thought that was a very, very good find.
if you ever want to be impressed by the sheer number of one kind of thing, this is a great app because I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling just through all of these mushrooms, and um I like how they have a little icon next to each type of mushroom that says you can eat them, you can't eat them, they're toxic or they're extremely toxic or like death. Um, and then some of them, I think some of them you can eat them, but you got to boil them first and stuff like that. But just the amount, I never realized there was so many types of mushrooms. Um, Now it's all the Latin version of them, so you can't. I'm not, toadstool doesn't just come up here. So I still, with this app, I'm gonna have a hard time um, knowing the difference between a toadstool and a mushroom. But If you're sciencey at all, and or you really get into wanting to know, eh, I didn't know this. I don't see too many mushrooms. I guess there's just way more here than I expected.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, around here, I don't see 'em. I know when I was a kid, in the woods down the street from me, there would be once in a while huge mushrooms, and then once in a while, like string, like a like line where there was like 20 or 30 of them. But I know in certain parts of the U.S. and other countries, they're like everywhere.
Before we knocked this house over next door to us, there used to be we called it a fairy circle. Every year there would be this circle, and the grass was a different color, and it would be a circle of mushrooms,
Huh.
and it's like I don't know, some kind of there's a whole mythical thing that goes with fairy circles, and
Yeah,
something
yeah,
about
yeah.
stepping in them. And
Well, and there is a logical reason behind it too. I will say that. I was listening to an episode of, I believe it was Stuff to Blow Your Mind, possibly,
mm,
or it was How Stuff Works, where they were examining this thing, how it could happen, where it can happen, and then scientific explanations of people who did research on how it actually happens. Basically, like the
can
fungi.
I get a guess before you tell me how it happens?
Well, sure, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview.
Okay.
I'm no scientist.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna guess that there was a tree there, and it's the decaying ends of the roots that make that circle.
Not necessarily. What it
Okay.
basically is a spore landed basically in the middle of the circle, roughly in the middle of the circle, goes through the ground. Most of mushrooms have large networks under the earth. What you see is only one
Mm,
part of it. So there's actually all those mushrooms are actually all connected when that you see them in a ring. Um, but it basically started by the middle. The fungus goes into the ground, propagates out, and because the dirt is alike, it propagates at about the same distance, at about the same speed when it's doing its work. And then when it's time for it to come up, it forms basically a circle. Now, if you were to actually take accurate measurement things, you'll see it isn't a circle. It's never a circle because there's always a rock or something in the ground that will slow down or make the fungus go around it to inhibit where it goes. So it's almost never going to be a perfect circle, but there is a legitimate explanation to it. But I can tell you, if I was a kid and I walked up on that, I would think I'm not stepping inside that circle.
yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, as an adult, I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" So after we knocked down the house and excavator moved all the dirt around, yeah, there's no more.
Gotcha. Well, if you did, then you could have used this app to help identify them.
No, no,
Uh,
weird thing though too in the same area though, now that I remember, um, when I was looking like at Google Earth images of the property, that whole circle is a darker color than all of the grass around it.
right.
Almost it almost reminded me like there was a buried pond there, like they had a pond that they just filled in or something.
Well, and what can happen with the same kind of thing is when the fungus goes in, it basically can kill a certain grass or type of weed that will make that circle then stand out. Because typically, when you
Mm,
see those circles, there's also different life form inside of it versus outside of it because the fungus actively changed the life in that ring.
mhm, yeah, I could see how that would happen with that explanation that you gave.
Yeah, it's like it buds, it then pollinates, it throws all the spores out, and spores landed there, and they were successful. Is the gist. Um, do you have another app you want to bring?
Sure. Last week was it last week that we had the intervention? Yeah, because mushrooms took over BB-tan, right?
Well, and I was asked a couple of times this week to ask you if you had BB10 installed on your phone, and I said I can't ask him. I would much rather be able to remote into his phone and check myself, but
Okay.
that didn't happen.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, I'll talk about something else later. Anyway, so no, I did not reinstall BB-tan. I was a good boy, but I did find a game called Falling Balls, and that's balls with a Z, as all good words end in that everybody knows. Um, so this is by Catch App. You know, every third app in the world is made by Catch App now. I think no video in the store, so that's
Mhm.
that's a good sign. I think they're just actually listening to us, Door, when we say that, and they don't. So basically, this is BB Tan upside down. Instead of it being so pinball-y or I don't know, how would you say, physicsy like BB Tan was. This
Right.
actually is more like gravity. The balls drop from the top, and there's gravity pulling them to the bottom. Um, but you do still get to shoot, like kind of aim where you want the balls to start. And
Right.
it's the exact same premise as BB Tan. You've got different shapes rather than just squares with numbers in them, and the numbers are the hit points for each object. And same thing, you're bouncing balls off them every time a ball hits one of the objects. The number goes down one hit point until they get to zero and they go away.
So, did the number of balls you can shoot out go up in a dramatic fashion, or
It didn't. It seemed like I got to 4 balls and it never really increased. But there was some pink things that were in the way at the beginning, and I don't know if I haven't played it much. I just installed it today. I don't know if I may have missed an opportunity with those pink things that worked their way up the screen faster than the actual objects. So there may have been something with those, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, in the screenshots, I don't think I see what you're talking about, but I see high
I don't
numbers,
either.
that's why I ask. I mean, I see a lot of 26, 27, type numbers, which to me that those are bigger numbers.
Yeah, and it's kinda got the same thing as BB-10 did where in an unfortunate incident, all of a sudden you'll get a number that's twice as high as all the other ones.
Right. So what you're saying is Ketchup took BB Tan and made NavB.
Well, Ketchup actually took BB-Tan and made Ballz,
Right.
Ballz, which was the generic version of BB-Tan, um,
Eric, it's
or the highly, um, commercialized version of BB-Tan.
I know, but Eric, it's really not healthy to replace one addiction with basically the exact same thing. I mean, you went from one heavy narcotic to what looks and sounds like another heavy narcotic. That's what
I
it sounds
I
like.
w I went from black tar over to, like, blonde something.
I am so happy I have no idea what you're talking about. And here's the
I
question, Eric. How much time this week have you spent roughly in this falling balls?
I just installed it today, so not much,
Okay.
not much,
Okay.
not much.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I could tell you my high score isn't even impressive yet. Let's see what it is.
Oh, it isn't even impressive yet. I love how you put that yet
Falling
on the end, Eric.
falling balls, let's see, my high score is 58. Well, I'm looking at the screenshots,
Yeah, I know.
and 59 is the highest screenshot, so I don't know, maybe that was pretty good.
Mhm.
The chat room is saying Eric is just playing BB-10 with his phone upside down. No, this is an actual app. I didn't just turn my phone upside down and start playing BB-10 in uh inverted. No, this is actually a whole different app.
So if I follow Ketchup, it's not gonna end up at Silicon Studios, right?
What? If you follow ketchup, like if there's a trail of ketchup
No,
on
the
the
game makers
sidewalk?
put it's called Ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup.
Ketchup, whatever.
If you follow them. Oh, if you follow them like on.
If I follow the trail of the developer, is it gonna lead to your home address? I'm just wondering.
Oh, no, I'm not that smart.
You could buy it and put it out and make don't call it
I
BB10, whatever you do.
I'm pretty sure the app developer Ketchup could buy me way sooner than I could buy them.
Mm. Well,
Yeah,
today's
they've
stuff
got a
is
lot of assets. They've got a lot of apps.
well, you need to say you're sorry to them. That's offensive.
As a matter of fact, another one of my apps. Oh wait, maybe not. No, I take that back. Yeah, no, another one of my apps tonight is also from Ketchup.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring it now?
Sure, why not? Let's see
Oh,
what
see,
this one is.
we're just skipping right over.
Fuse balls,
this is
color balls. Which one of them, Eric?
this is called DD Tan.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. This is called Blue Edge. Not TD tan, no tan, there's no numbers inside of objects at all in this. This is an endless roller. Basically, you just lay your finger at the bottom of your screen, and there's this little blue ball that you're rolling through an environment of obstacles, basically. And there's little spikes, and there's the black ball. If you even hit a black ball, it just shreds your blue ball to nothing. You're done, and then that's where you end. The Those white balls that just kind of bounce around. There's spikes everywhere. Red balls turn into bombs, so you got to get away from them after you touch them. It's a pretty good looking app.
Yeah.
At some points you'll go like into a portal and come back out, and it splits your ball into 2 or 3 different ones. It's really fluid, nice graphics on it.
Yeah, well, again, there's no video in the store, so this company knows what they're doing. We have seen games like this. We have absolutely, without a doubt, seen games like this, but I don't remember any of them looking this good.
Yeah, it's really neat, and the movement of the parts of the obstacle course, the way it moves and interacts, and it's really well put together. And
I'll
it's called
say,
Blue Edge.
yeah, I'll say, the company obviously knows what they're doing, but to call a game like this Blue Edge, I don't get. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
and
I think I get why they don't put a video in the store. It's work, I'm guessing, but I don't know why they would call this Blue Edge.
I mean, you can't put endless roller or something like that. I mean, you gotta get the Google juice so that if somebody's trying to find your game, they hear Eric and Dor talking about Blue Edge. There's not going to be 50 other blue edges where there might be 50 other roll a ball through an obstacle course. I don't know, whatever variation of that you can make into a name. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe that was the type of energy drink they were consuming while they were coding this thing out.
Here's these days you never know.
And the chat room says it should be called Blue Balls, and maybe that's why they didn't call it that.
Well, technically,
It
a
should be though. I
ball
agree with the chat room.
technically a ball is an infinite edge, so it's also infinite lines. It's also infinite curvature. So sure, yeah. It is called that, just in different terms. Only a guy in physics would get it, I guess. I don't know.
Doors and physics. That's how we got that.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Well, those are my back-to-back catch apps.
Okay. I'm gonna revisit an old one just for a second, a quickie. Um,
We're going to the attic.
well, for a reason. Firefox browser private. Uh, Firefox browser fast and private by Mozilla. 2,900,000 reviews. 4.4 average rating. Updated November 14th, 2017. Installs between 100 million and 500 million. Uh, Current version varies with device. The main reason I'm bringing this up again is actually twofold. One, Chrome is already the majority browser in the market. If anyone understands the history of software, it's competition that drives invention. Okay. It also drives innovation. That's the right word. Innovation. When Google is at the top of the game, the top of the list, the number one most installed browser, that means they're going to do less things to maybe damage their brand, or less things to shake things up.
Mm.
Firefox just released a huge version. I want to say it's version 57. I can't remember. They just released a huge version change, which changed a lot of the underlying code in the browser itself. Speed is now much different, and also supposedly memory usage is much better.
Hmm.
Here's what I'll say to everyone. Download Firefox, give it a try again. It looks different, it acts different. The number one thing you have to realize, the number one huge benefactor it has over Chrome. Chrome on Android has no plugins, has no add-ins, has no extensions, has no nothing. You can't do nothing with it except browse the internet. Now on mobile, it actually does some things pretty smooth and pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But Firefox, you can literally load your ad blocker if you want, your third party app to do sharing to different services, your password manager. You can load all these things into the browser just like you do on your desktop, only you can do it on Android. I encourage everyone, give Firefox another chance. It just went through a big version change. I literally at all times have 3, if not more, browsers installed. In fact, right now, I believe I have 4 browsers installed on my phone. They use different purposes. I have different apps for different reasons. The first reason I'll give you, I now never, ever, ever click on anybody's Amazon link and just follow it because everybody out there poisons their Amazon links with their own affiliate tag. And I don't, there's certain people I want to support. I go out of my way to support. And I don't always remember to go turn on their affiliate link before I shop. So I make sure that every Amazon link I see, I first open up in a different browser, reduce the URL down, then just copy out the correct part of the URL back into my default browser, just to make sure there's no accidental cookie on my default browser. So some people need multiple browsers like me. If not, still give Firefox a chance. I'm going to guarantee you it's going to be a little bit different than you remember. Don't forget about the plugins. And honestly, it's pretty damn fast.
What's the default search engine?
Default, I believe you said it. I do want to say it did switch back to Google. I want to say Yahoo because I hate Yahoo, but I believe on mine, because I've had this installed for a while though, so it's hard for me to say. I want to say it actually was Google.
Well, just the thing. I mean, if you are to install this and you do a search and it takes you to Bing or Yahoo, just know that you can quickly change it to whatever you want. And don't get frustrated and hate Firefox because that is not what you want right off the bat if it is something other than Google.
Yeah.
Or unless you're a Bing or whatever.
Ugh. Okay. Sure, yeah.
You a Bing or door?
Hell no. I won't give Microsoft anything without them forcibly taking it from me. That sounded
Yeah.
really bad, but you know what I meant.
Well, I mean, they've taken from you. And
You
they
know,
don't really give it back.
I figure I'm doing my part because I'm making money off of knowing them. I don't give them any money directly, nor do I even suggest my employer ever give them a dime. I constantly suggest alternate solutions because
So, well, after the show last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, I had been using the Microsoft Launcher for a while. Speaking of giving them things, so they in that launcher, they kind of get you into, and I hear more and more about them moving into Android and how you can pretty much replace a lot of stuff on your phone with the Microsoft version of it if you want to go all in on Microsoft on your Android. But some people may. I know a couple people who were diehards with the Microsoft phone right up to the last second, and they're switching now. But one thing that I did have, I thought was kind of weird. It was sort of like game showy on their launcher. They had like almost like Google opinion rewards ish things, but it was like you kept going to the same. It kept taking you back. You'd earn points, and you go back, and you get like it's almost like a scratch off lottery ticket to get yourself into a contest to win a Surface Pro or Xbox stuff and things. It was just so odd. Um, Adore just put the link into the chat. That was the launcher I was using for a while, but I did stop using it. Not that it was a bad. It was a nice little change, and it's on my Note 4, so it's not like it's anything special. It's my mess around with phone where I would install some crap like Microsoft Launcher on, and it's not my daily driver. So this week, I gave it up. I stopped scratching their I don't know. I can't remember what they called it. Some kind of I don't know Microsoft whatever points or something. Anyway, so I uninstalled that. Well, I didn't uninstall it, but I did install Lawnchair launcher. And so this is it's fairly new. I think it's still in the unreleased category or whatever. And they say that this is supposed to make your phone more like the Pixel. Brings that look to your phone. And you know what? It works. To me, I mean, to me, right off the bat, the icons were rather large and stuff, but it's got really easy ways you can change the grid size and everything like that. You can change how many apps are on your screen.
Okay, well,
Door's cringing.
well, from looking at the first screenshot, this is old Pixel, not new Pixel. New
Correct.
Pixel has the Google search bar expanded below the icons.
Right.
This looks like the last Pixel design, if I'm not mistaken, because
It
it has
does.
the G at the top. Well, then, if it's the last Pixel launcher, how the hell is it still unreleased? It's been unreleased for like 3 years or something? I don't
No,
understand that.
it's a lawn chair, man. It's kind of just laid back. It ain't really all getting excited
Well,
about the new.
one of
Yeah,
my
this
favorite
is what the new Pixel.
podcasts.
This is what the new Pixel launcher looks like. It's got the Google at the very
Well,
bottom.
then you're not running it.
Yeah. No, this is my other phone. This is my
Oh,
actual Pixel
okay.
because it runs 8.1.
Well, one of my favorite podcasts throws lawn chairs every week. So I first was looking forward to maybe it has something to do with Linux Gamecast, but apparently not. This does have the most important feature I need on any home screen now. I'm hooked. I have
Yeah.
to be able to swipe to the side and get to Google Now or whatever they want to call it.
The odd thing is I can't
Uh,
swipe into the side and I'm not getting there.
maybe
I
it's a feature or maybe it's an upgrade.
I'm not sure. I mean, I got so many launchers installed on here. I just wonder if it's still part of because I know the launcher I had doing it.
Right.
But yeah, it's not doing it right off the bat, and I haven't got into it enough to fix that because I'm like, okay, well, I was used to the Microsoft one not doing it, so I'm like, oh, okay,
Right.
well, maybe this one doesn't do it. But yeah, when I'm scrolling through the screenshots, it definitely shows Google Now.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it on mine. I'm still using the one I've used for the last like 4 or 5 weeks. The launcher. It's okay. There's nothing about it that I would say is sticky. So
Well,
I'll give this one a fair shake.
going from the regular Pixel launcher before I got the new Pixel launcher, um, this launcher has way more customized pieces that you can do to your launcher than the stock Android launcher did. So that's what I liked about it.
Well, stock Android has almost no customizations you can do above background. I mean, it's really slim
Yeah,
pickings.
right. There's not much there.
Well, yeah, and I will say the one thing that I like, I'm not gonna say I need it, but I've learned to really like, and this goes for 4 years. I like being able to make my launcher 5 icons by 6, I believe. 5
Mm,
across, 6 up and down, just so I can
mhm.
squeeze a little bit more out of my screen. So if it has that feature, to me, it's already like, halfway there.
You can make them much smaller than that if you want to with this one. SCJ in the chat room says that he uses Microsoft Rewards for free stuff. That's what it's called on the Microsoft launcher, Microsoft Rewards. So if you are finding other ways to get Microsoft Rewards and you want to bump up your rewards numbers, install that launcher and it gives you direct access to easily get hundreds and hundreds of Microsoft Reward points.
Like, you buy cryptoware with it or ransomware? Oh, wait, no, that comes for free. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I can't
it
help it.
does.
It's part of my contract, Eric. I have to say it.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's cool. I'm with you.
Okay, I'm going to bring this next, and this is the kind of thing I'm going to first apologize to everybody for this because this sums up Door Geek a little bit too conveniently. Because the nostalgia is very rich with this one. This is called Home Arcade by Big Blue Bubble, which I guess that's a good name, Big Blue Bubble. It is in our arcade, everyone 10 and up. Completely free to download and install, does have in-app ads and does have in-app purchases. 4.1 average reviews, updated August 4th, 2017, between 100,000 and 500,000 installs. Current version 1.1. There is a video in the Play Store. I will also apologize for that. But I think in this case, it kind of helps, at least for our use case, because this is a hard game to explain. If you watch the video in the Play Store, this game, first off, it cannot use Donkey Kong, it cannot use Sonic, it cannot use Space Invaders, it cannot use any of them because they're all licensed and restricted, and it would cost a fortune to do them. So all of these games are basically custom games that are reminiscent of older genre games. A lot of 8-bit, a lot of 16-bit, and even some 32-bit looking game styles in here. You might not recognize what the game is like if you're familiar with those older games until you play it for a couple seconds, but then you realize, oh, this is like Frogger. Oh, this is like Space Invaders. Oh, this is like Pitfall. Oh, this is like Contra. I mean, stuff like that. Um, so if you liked those classic games at all, and you want a more game focused towards touchscreen interface, I encourage you to at least download this, give it a go. Completely free to download and install again, so nothing to lose. By Home Arcade is the name of the app by Big Blue Bubble. I guess that's a good name, right?
Big Blue Bubble's a great name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to have these apps converted, or these games converted over to touchscreen-ish usability. It's very cool. I don't know what's the game that's showing the bedroom. What would that game reminisce you to of? It's showing a bedroom with 2 computers and an NES and a Sega, all in this kid's bedroom. I don't know what game that, or is that just like, is that like the launch pad
Oh,
for this
yeah,
app?
I believe that was the selection screen.
Nice. It's got a Commodore like VIC-20 and then a 486 computer with an Atari joystick. So that's cool. Looks fun. I know Door likes his retro games, so if you're with Door, you will probably love this.
Yeah, that's like your room before you select your game. Sorry, I was documenting the app because I'm a guy that we're a podcast that documents our own stuff. You know,
The chat room was wondering if Leisure Shoot Larry is one of the apps or one of the games.
maybe that's a bonus level. I cannot neither confirm or deny that.
Okay, you'll have to install and find out, and it's probably like a sport jacket Sean instead or something, maybe.
Dirty thumbs.
Yes. I've got a game then. I'm going to bring a game. I guess it's a game. It's more of a test of skill. There's no retro to it. There's no action much to it. There's no fighting. There's no blood and gore or zombies.
Okay, I'm sounding awful bored, Eric.
Or anything cute. This is called Fingertip Balance.
Oh man.
And basically what it is, it's a stick with a weight on the end of it. And to get it started, you have to move your finger around in a circle to flip it up in the air. And then basically you just got to keep it, you keep your finger and keep going back and forth, trying to keep that thing balanced. And every couple seconds, this stick gets shorter between your finger and the weight, which makes it a little bit harder to keep it balanced. And you just got to go for your best time on keeping this thing balanced. Really super simple game. I'm surprised this hasn't been out already. Maybe it has, but this is the first time I remember it. So
You can call this super simple. I'm pretty sure I would super suck at it.
it's by Whole Bodek, E for everyone. And he does call it an action game. So I guess there is some action with your finger.
Sure. And the music is by Ben Sound. So congratulations, Ben Sound.
I did not. I don't even think I listened to that. I'll have to turn it back up.
Who does? I mean, no self-respecting podcast listener listens to
Since we're
gaming.
throwing out accolades, the cursor, stars, and prize badge icons were made by Free Pick from www.flaticon.com.
Oh, yeah, everybody knows Free Pick.
And the leaderboard icon is by Icons8.
Well, who else? I mean,
he's pretty much delegated the entire. I mean, I'm surprised he doesn't say that the physics are made by Dr. Julia, you know, Ruttinger from LSU or something.
Maybe that was too much like work.
So yeah, it's a decent game.
Okay.
Maybe better on a tablet, I suppose, but it's fine on a phone. Maybe harder on a tablet. I don't know.
I'm thinking harder because you got to travel your distance further. I don't know.
True. Do you have another app, Door?
Yeah, this app I will say I don't need right now. I've been at my job 21 years now. I literally have a countdown clock on my desk now.
Mhm.
2026.
10 years from now. Or 10, no, not 10.
9.
9 years from now.
I I'm gonna
What?
hand my boss a card. It's gonna say, "To my loving boss." They're gonna open up the card, and, the envelope, they're gonna pull the card out, and the card's gonna say on the front, "I'm sorry for your loss." And then they're gonna open up the card, and it's gonna say, "It's me." Because 'cause I'm not gonna work past my 30 years.
So is that why 9 years? Because that's 30 years for you?
Yeah, 2026.
And that's
Um,
30, that's the reason why you're quitting in 2026?
yes, because 'cause that'll be a full 30 years. So I haven't went on a lot of interviews, but this is an app that I can tell you this, interviewing I know has changed a lot since I was a kid. When I was a kid, you just had to not sound like you had mental problems and they would hire you. I mean,
Mm.
it wasn't too difficult. Just don't look like a criminal, don't sound drunk, and you could get a job. Nowadays, you want to get a better job, you need to have a little bit more polish on your performance because it's a performance. Let's stop and admit it to everyone. When you go into an interview, it's a performance. You're putting on a show for the people. You want to portray the finest you possibly can in order to get your foot in the door. Then after they hire you, they can learn about the real you. But this app is called Interview Genius by Sales Success Consulting LLC Business. Um, Everyone needs a leg up in getting a interview. This is $3.99 to buy. E for everyone, 40 reviews, 3.4 average reviews. Current version 1.2.1, updated September 21st, 2017, between 10,000 and 50,000 installs. The only people I will say who need this kind of direction, need this kind of hand holding in the interview process is honestly somebody like me who has not been on an interview for a great many years and doesn't understand social engineering because that's part of what interviewing is. You have to socially engineer. You have to know, like, if they ask you what would be an acceptable salary, whoever says the number first loses always, period. Because if he asked me that, I'm too afraid to say a high number. So I'm going to say a lower number. And then he wants me to say a lower number. So your real goal is to make them, it's a whole bunch of stuff like that. Okay. If you're not really comfortable taking an interview, I honestly would encourage you to check this app out. I did buy it just to read it. I've actually studied interviewing here for the last couple of years because I've been on interview panels. Um, it's a lot easier to get a job when you say the right things, even if you're not the most qualified person for that job. It's all about that sales pitch. This app does take you through some of the points on what to highlight and how to highlight, like when they ask you certain questions, like, tell me something good about yourself. I make great brownies. I'm here to be a software engineer, yet I tell them I make great brownies. What does that have to do with anything? You know what I mean? So you have to know what's the proper way to answer all these kind of questions. Um, this
I
app I found actually kind of helpful.
I haven't installed it, but just reading through these screenshots, and I've been on personnel committees, and I've done a lot of hiring over the years. Um, but like you, Dora, I haven't interviewed for a while. I mean, my last 2 jobs, I guess, were self-employment and election where,
Right.
I didn't really have to. So, yeah, but but a lot of these feel like, the exact same questions I've asked people. Um, and it is good to know those. And yeah, I think you're right, Dora. I mean, the last interview I really remember having, It was, "Why the explicative should I hire you?" Was like the first and only question, and then if you didn't just poop yourself right then, you kinda got well, actually, I ended up calling back and apologizing for my answer because it was, it was, such a bad answer. I crumbled I turned to jello like, the airplane movie, pilot.
Right. Yeah. Your friend and mine, I don't want to say his name, but your friend and mine said what he did once in a while during the interview was right by the very end when you should be at your most comfortable part of the interview. He would say to the person something like, which Girl Scout cookie is better, Thin Mint or Somalia? And see how they would react to it because it's something they're not ready for. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And there's little things you can do because here's the whole thing. If you know how to be interviewed, you know also how to interview. I mean, it's a very bi-directional street. So if you're really good at the interview process, if you can go in there and nail an interview, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you should let your employer know you would like to also be on the interview panel because being on the interview panel is almost unimaginative. It's hard to believe how much insight you can get, not only to your own job and the job description that you're interviewing for, but the people that come in. You can literally see how someone could fit with that team. Because on the
mm,
panel I've been on, we've made a couple choices I didn't necessarily agree with, and we made a couple choices that I really did agree with, and the ones that I really did agree with, and we did hire that person, they turned out to be fantastic people, is what I'm gonna say, not only good teammates. Because the real thing is, because here's the whole thing. The US business triangle, right, Eric?
I don't know
There is
that.
3 there's 3 points of the triangle. You as a business owner can only give 2 of those corners. You have quality, you have price, you have e e efficiency. So you have affordability, cheap, efficiency, fast, or quality, or good or bad quality. You can
Mm,
only do 2 of them.
right, gotcha.
Same thing when you hire somebody. They can only fulfill 2 of those things. You will never have the perfect employee who can give you the most quality thing at the most, fastest speed at the cheapest rate. They don't exist. The best will only hit 2 of those. So you gotta literally think, "What does this team need?" We already have Ed, and Ed is really good at his job, so this person doesn't have to be perfect. So let's shoot for these 2. Let's shoot for somebody that won't cost us a fortune, but they seem like they actually want to do stuff. They might, they'll get stuff done quicker. It to me, it was a very fascinating thing being on the interview panel, and honestly, I keep asking to be on more.
I used to be a fire commissioner and police commissioner, and your job as a police commissioner is you hire fire and discipline cops. And I'll tell you what, man, interviewing cops for jobs when they say, blah 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 finest, like Baltimore's finest or whatever. I'll tell you what, the people that we interviewed who wanted to be police officers were always I'm like, I'm not even worthy to sit here and interview these people. They're always just such absolute upstanding people and interviewees. I mean, they were just really the cream of the crop. Somebody who I was always impressed by that. I never was really let down that there was somebody who snuck in somehow that really wasn't going to be just a great human, kind of.
I'll say you're in a really good town, Eric.
All right. So as Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. This app is called MakeApp, AI
Okay.
based makeup editor.
Okay.
Door. All you
Mhm.
do, you take your phone, install this app. You take your phone, you take a picture of your face, press a button, and it shows you with makeup on.
Mhm.
Kind of cartoonish. I could
Mhm.
show you the picture of me, but I'm pretty ashamed of what it made me look like. But
Wait, and that's different than. Oh, sorry. Good. No, I'm sorry. Keep going. Got distracted there.
so the bad part, the other thing you can do with this app is you can take makeup off, though. So what you do, just for fun, if you want to see the zombie-ish version of you, you take a picture of your face and then you press the button to take makeup off, even though you know you don't got none on, and then see what it does to you. So that
Mm.
was better. I mean, even though it made me look, well, it made me look different. Um, it's a our chat room is really messing with us tonight, man. So yeah, I don't know if you want to see what you look like with makeup on, or you want to show off your feminine side to some chick. You want to say, "Hey, look at I got this app. You want to see what you look like with this makeup from a computer? What they think your face should look like?" AI, because I'm a geek and I'm smart. Yep.
Okay. I'm pretty sure a girl would smack you.
No, well, there's geeky girls out
Well,
there who
I've
are
also
into
been.
this,
I've been
huh?
married for a decade, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Now some of these in the screenshots actually look worse, but that's just me. And I've never been one for chicks with a lot of makeup on. I think I just kind of like the natural look more.
On yourself? I hope
No,
so.
on chicks and myself. Yeah,
Oh,
both
chicks. Eric, this is 2017.
girls, women.
Women. Are you Al Franken or one of these guys? I mean, come on.
Wait,
Jeez, girls,
I
man.
dig chicks. What am I gonna say?
Oh, crikey. Those opinions are not the opinions of Podnutz.
Dude, how
I've
often
never
do you
had to
say?
say that.
I always say chicks. I never say women.
Oh, man. Okay.
It's a Midwest thing, mate. I don't know. How
Okay.
are I don't know. Ladies. I say ladies. I say that.
So did the Beastie Boys.
What's up, ladies? There's no more vodka at this table, ladies. What's going on? Order
Okay,
some.
and
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
the app developer of your app is also called Magic Unicorn Inc.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me to say that. It does contain ads and offers in-app purchases, probably for different makeup. So I would imagine you can't just like add layers. I was hoping I could press the button like makeup. Like triple thick. You know what I mean? All of a sudden you're unrecognizable. It's just like I'll use like a cake and lipstick. Just
Like
like
Mimi from the Drew Carey show.
sure. I don't know who that is, but yeah.
Wait a
Just
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I know who Drew Carey is. I
You never watched the Drew Carey show?
probably did. I don't watch TV
What-
door.
This was 15. No. Hey, Eric. You remember Johnny Carson?
Yeah, of
Thank you.
course.
Jesus Christ. Drew Carey was the last comic to go on Johnny Carson and get instant fame. That's how long ago this was, Eric. This isn't like last week. This was like 20 plus years ago. Drew
So
Carey show was on.
Drew Carey had a show when Johnny Carson was still a host.
When Johnny Carson was still on TV, Drew Carey got the deal to do the show.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right.
That's how long ago this show was on. And it was really funny. And when Drew Carey went to work, the lady who was the main secretary to the boss was named Mimi, and she literally had what had to be like a quarter pound of makeup on her face.
Was she a large lady?
She was not thin. She
Okay.
she she was what's the correct word? She was
Rotund.
no, that's not the right word. This is 2017, Eric. She was weight sensitive.
She was
I don't know. Gravity sensitive, something like that.
she she was rib adversed. She, they weren't there.
I don't know. Okay, next, Eric. We're going to the next app. I have been basically
Drew Carey is also from Ohio, so just saying.
from Cleveland. Yes. The beginning of the show, he was running down the streets of Cleveland, and the very last words of the theme song was, "I love you, Ohio." So yes, I know he's from Cleveland.
I didn't realize it was that obvious.
I know. Let's just keep going. I've been diagnosed with diabetes. I now basically don't eat any sugar any rice, any potatoes, any breads. I shoot for like 2 or 3 grams of sugar a day. I shoot for less than 50 carbs a day, which essentially, I hate using that word, puts my body into ketosis. And I believe it's a legit scientific word. I don't think it's woo woo or mojo or pseudoscience. I believe it's a real thing as far as I can tell.
That sounds right.
AKA my diet has completely changed. Um, I still really enjoy Monster Ultra energy drinks because there's no sugar in them. And for a whole can, it's only 4 carbs. So I still really enjoy these. But my food diet has changed. So I've been looking for apps. And to be honest, I don't want to find keto based apps because keto apps seem like all they ever try to do is replace bread or rice po or potatoes with something to try to fool you into believing, well, this is like rice, well, this is like potatoes, or this is like bread. Like
Mhm.
they'll take like cauliflower and mince it into really small parts and call it rice. No, it isn't rice.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want fake rice. Just give me food that's lower.
There
So
was
I've
a
been
there
looking.
was a cauliflower crust pizza you can buy. Have you seen that?
God, no,
I
nope.
I hear it's lovely from one person, but then another person told me it's gross.
I hear from my inner self telling me to avoid it. But so I'm looking for different cooking apps. This is not the best. This is the best so far, is what I'm going to say. Recipes and cooking a assistant unreleased by Craft Log Food and Drink E for Everyone. Since this is a unreleased app, it might be unstable. Because it's also unreleased, it is completely free. Because it is unreleased, there is no ratings. But it was updated November 15th, 2017, between 50,000, 100,000 installs. No version number because it's basically in beta version. Um, you can go in, you can perform searches. It doesn't do my type of searches perfectly, but it gets me close. I'll say that. And I found a couple good recipes in here because between us, I cook at least 5 days out of the week. I'm the one cooking dinner. Um, so I like looking really more for inspiration because I can never find exact foods that I can eat. But if I go in here and I type keto, I can always find at least a couple things because it does seem like the um um dictionary, like on the back end of everything it looks up, it looks like it is constantly updated. Because if I do the same search 3 days apart, I'm seeing different things in those search results. So they keep adding stuff to it all the time. Um, I
So
have had decent luck.
so you're keto, not paleo. I thought you was paleo.
No. And paleo basically, I believe, just means you eat meat.
Yeah, like meat and cheese, kind of like Atkins, I think. I
And
don't know.
well, Atkins, paleo, and keto, I believe, are all in the same area because I
Mhm.
can eat most of the Atkins friendly bars and drinks because most of them have literally like 2 grams of sugar serving, which means that's my sugar for the day. And they're usually very low in carbs. I will say there is some science stuff that I don't completely understand that uh, dietary fiber can subtract from total carbs, and somehow sugar alcohols can negate some sugars in foods. So I don't know the math entirely yet, but I know once in a
Mhm.
while I see 4 sugars, yet when I read the net sugars in the end, it says 2. And then I look and I see there's sugar alcohols, and I think that offsets it somehow. So I'm still learning.
You keep saying alcohols, and I keep thinking there's hope for you. So
Well,
whatever
technically,
those are, keep finding them or find them.
technically, I shouldn't be drinking really too much alcohol.
Yeah, yeah, you probably shouldn't. No, nobody really should they?
Mm,
My doctor, so we had our test or whatever, our checkup, blood test, and basically my doctor, I'm anti-drug kind of guy, and
so you don't drink
basically,
coffee or eat sugar
I
or
mean, okay, I'm anti-pills kind of guy,
prescription guy. I understand.
and yeah. So he basically said you got to either drastically change your lifestyle or live with the way you're doing it, but take drugs.
Oh, did he just say this to you?
Yeah, well, he said
Uh,
told my wife to tell me. because he knew I wasn't going to come visit him.
Oh,
But we
Eric.
both had the bad.
Um,
Yes. So
can I ask, like, what did he ask you to change?
um, I don't know. Just get my cholesterol down
Oh,
by
okay. Well,
I don't know what other things. I guess cholesterol, liver stuff, whatever.
oh, well, liver. Oh, ooh,
I don't know.
liver. Eric, just saying change your diet.
Oh, it had to do with heart attacks and strokes. That's what he said. It's that's the kind of thing. So I can take the drugs now. So if I have a heart attack or a stroke, I'm gonna have to take those prescriptions for the rest of my life, whether my signs are up or down. But if I don't have a stroke or a heart attack, um, I need to start either taking those drugs to keep me from having one or change my lifestyle to keep me from having one.
Okay, do you know what kind of pills they were talking about? If you don't mind me asking.
Um, cholesterol pills, like lipids. I don't know.
Lipids. Okay, now, if you're at all risk of diabetes, there has been correlation, there has not been causation, so we're not positive, but it looks like people who take lipids who are in danger or risk of getting diabetes or have a family history of diabetes seem to, notice the verbiage very carefully, seem to get diabetes easier when on lipids.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
So
kind of a chain reaction thing. So if he's worrying about your cholesterol, first off, I'll tell you this, Eric. The cholesterol you put in directly into your mouth, aka like duck fat, the cholesterol you put into your
like duck
mouth.
fat. Like, are you saying like I eat? I've never
No,
eat ducks.
Eric, let me finish, bro.
Okay.
Most scientists today say when you put a piece of duck fat into your mouth and you eat it, that has nothing to do with the cholesterol in your bloodstream. It's two completely different types of cholesterol. So,
Okay.
watching your fat intake typically will have very little to do with your cholesterol. Now, personalized
Gotcha.
medicine, I believe, is a real thing. So, your unique diet, they might look at it and say, no matter what, you have to reduce your fat because you're getting fat here, 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 and here. Like me, I was eating breads at every meal, French fries at every meal, rice at every meal, bad, bad, bad. So that was what caused my issue. Um,
Yeah.
but the number one thing, the only piece of advice I can give you, Eric, because I've been good now for 6 months.
The beer.
No, no, no. Well, no, 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 no. Do it food wise, but you have to allow yourself cheat time. You have to say, once a week, I'm going to eat this one thing, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you will go flipping crazy and then you'll completely give up on the diet.
See, I'm not so crazy on uh changing my diet because I don't eat real bad. I don't eat much breads ever. Um, it's mostly the beer, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna have to start eating almonds every day because I guess almonds have the skin of the almond has a natural way of flushing uh um cholesterol out.
Well,
And
okay.
if you eat it every day, it almost works as prescription, but it's the
Number one rule,
exercise.
food is not medicine. Please
But
don't believe any of that. Food
it's
is
the
food,
exercise you gotta do.
right? Food is not medicine. Food is food. If anybody tells you food is medicine, I beg you to let them finish and then politely walk away from them. Food is food. Food is not medicine. Um, e exercise is good for everybody.
But they get the stuff for the pills out of something, and it may be the skin of an
Well,
almond.
these days, no, these days they're all engineered. But beer, here's my easy solution to beer. 1, stop buying cheap beer. 2, once in a while, buy good beer. Main reason is you only need 2 of those good beers to get the same amount of alcohol in 6 of the other beers. You know I'm right with that.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
So
almost like when I quit smoking, I was, like, smoking the cheapest dang cigarettes you could ever find just because I was cheap, and that's the thing with beer too. So I think I'm at the end of the thing where I used to like having nice beers, and now it's just cheap beers, and so I'm, like, at the end of that thing, sorta.
yeah,
So
because
now it's, like, "Oh, crap."
and I'm a beverage holic. When I drank soda, I would drink over a case a day of sodas.
See, that's gotta doesn't that has to have something to do with diabetes, right? That's gotta be a
I'll give you 2 words, hell yes.
okay. I'm like, that don't sound good. I
No,
never
because
drink pop like
because
that.
because it was corn syrup and sugar, and that's the
Ah,
other thing. corn's one of the vegetables I really shouldn't eat because it has one of the highest sugar contents of all vegetables. So, yeah. Um, if you have
I
to
live
cut
right
out
by an
beer,
EDM.
I don't know, drink a couple shots of vodka maybe in its place. I don't know. Because, and I'll say this, you've already experienced this, Eric. We're going to go through this again with BB tan. You took one addiction, you replaced it with something else. When you stop doing something like drinking beer, you're going to replace it with something else.
Yeah, the chat room
Choose,
says I should use mushrooms to replace it with.
well, the number one thing I tell you, you choose what you're going to put in its place. Don't let whatever you replace it with find you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what?
Pick what you're going to replace your addiction
Before
because
I start, you
no,
mean?
no. Well, no. Before you just randomly start eating, 20 cupcakes a day or something in place of beer.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
oh,
Pick
okay.
pick something ahead of time. Maybe it's almonds. Maybe you figure out you love almonds, but something. Because humans don't give up addictions ever. We always put something else in their place.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, when I quit smoking cigarettes, I think I put beer in its place. So
We
so
all
there, the chat room also says magic almonds. Um, yeah, the almonds that I think those might be different almonds than what I'm.
I tell you, I get now a tub of almonds, roasted and salted, lightly salted
Oh,
almonds
see,
from the like bulk store. And
yeah,
every day I have like a little Tupperware container and I eat like 40 almonds. They're a touch dry, but damn, they're tasty.
I actually subscribe to almonds on Amazon, and the company sends me 3-pound bags from California, unroasted,
Oh,
unsalted, and steam cleaned, so there's no formaldehyde or any kind of chemicals that touch them in the cleaning process. They're the best tasting things you could ever get. I'll give you a link, or I'll give
no,
anybody a link if they want to hit me up.
no. I
They're
like
really yummy.
formaldehyde. It kills bad things.
Well, steam does too.
Well, steam also can let things grow. Humidity.
Steam lets you play a bunch of games for cheap. All right, let's go to the next app.
Well, I'll say recipes and cooking assistant. If you people out there have an app, because and here's the thing, I've had HelloFresh, I've had Blue Collar, what's it called? Blue Apron, not Blue Collar.
Yeah, yeah,
I've had
yeah. The white collar is the only one who can afford Blue Apron.
right. I've had like 3 of these things. They all suck because I can't eat any of them because they all have packed with potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, or something else.
Mm.
So if the listener out there, if you try to avoid breads, rices, stuff like that, and you don't, and you actually watch your sugars, and there's some app out here that does better that I don't know about, please send me an email at aaa@podnutz.com. I still haven't found to me the right recipe app. Because really I don't want the whole recipes. I just want ideas because
Yeah,
I can put it together. I mean,
YouTube, man.
oh God, no, the quality of video on YouTube is so bad. I don't
So
want to
old
hear,
the chat room suggests Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout.
oh, dude, Russian Imperials. Hey, do you like coffee at all?
I like the DJ Old Rasputin.
I don't know. Maybe he died today.
He's
So I know somebody
he's
died
great.
today. Do you like coffee at all?
Oh, I love coffee.
Well, then you have to like Russian Imperial Stout.
Well, I'm
You
definitely
have
gonna have
to.
to. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, because it does have
9% alcohol by volume.
yeah. See, you only need one of them.
I'll show you something I don't like, and that's Angry Orchard
Oh
Sinful
yeah.
Apple. It's got cinnamon in it. That's pretty
Uh,
gross. I don't like
yeah.
it.
Sounds sweet and yeah.
It's not good. No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm down. If I can get it here, I'll have to find out.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. And I'll say I'm lucky, Eric, in the sense of I have 2 places by me called Total Wine and More. They're literally like supermarkets, the size of supermarket, grocery stores of nothing but alcohol and beer.
Yeah, I don't have that. I've got convenience stores the size of convenience stores that have beer.
Yeah.
All right. Um, I'm gonna bring an app.
Okay. Good because 'cause I'm
I'm,
out.
well, I'm gonna
Is
undo
it a
my name
makeup
then.
app?
No, I'm gonna. Is it no more name? No.
Good.
All right, here we go. It says that this app is called estatesales.net.
Huh.
So when people have too much stuff and they move into a smaller house, or people pass away and their families are left with tons of crap, maybe a hoarder, maybe just
Oh,
somebody who buys tons of things off of HSN and never opens it and throws it in that back bedroom,
right.
which happens a lot because I go to estate sales. But this is how you can easily find every estate sale every weekend that's happening near your place.
Wow.
And I enjoy going to these. It's like a rummage sale, but actually with good stuff. And the ones around here, like they'll have them on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Friday, everything's everything in the whole place is priced. You go in there, but then Saturday, if you come like after 11, everything's 20% off. You come after 4 o'clock that day, it's 50% off. If you come on Sunday, like after 3 o'clock, whatever's left is 90% off.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, that's how they run them around here. So, um, especially in the wintertime, if people are really into like rummage sales and things like that and auctions, there's not so much in the Midwest. It gets cold and you can't really do that in the wintertime, have something in your yard. Most estate sales are inside a house before they sell the house. So these go all year round usually.
Yeah, see, and this is not insulting or Eric. I seriously thought estate sales was only where you would go to try to buy that silver tea tray from the old couple that passed away and are just emptying out dusty cardboard boxes. I had no idea estate sales also included stuff like auctions, moving sales, and stuff like that. I had no idea.
I mean, there's definitely you're gonna see some tea trays,
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
but let's see. Okay, so I went to an estate sale last weekend. I bought them safety vests that the construction workers wear.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I bought one of them so when I'm riding my bike at night, I won't get hit.
How much?
It came with a hat for $4,
$4? That's
brand
pretty
brand new
cheap.
in a package. I also what else did I buy? Oh, I bought a all right. So I bought a large picture that you hang on the wall that
Okay.
shows every shipwreck of the Great Lakes. That's now above my fireplace.
Oh, okay.
Um, what else did I get there? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I've got some great stuff at estate sales. I'm just saying. Like ladders. If you need a ladder, estate sales is a great place to get a ladder. Way cheaper.
Well, the only thing I'll say is it sounds like I can't go to these estate sales because we already have, too much stuff in our house. Our garage is also loaded. We don't have any physical room for anything. And I'll say this, I hate to say this, this is the other thing I keep thinking of. This would be perfect for somebody wanting to start up an eBay store. You go, you find things that look unique, that look different, and just put them on there because you never know when you're going to find a lamp at a sale that costs $10 that somebody's willing to pay $80 for on eBay.
Oh, definitely. Oh, especially if you go when everything's 90% off and you're buying things for like a nickel that should cost $5. That
Right.
that that kind of stuff happens. Yes, and I'm sure that people do that. It's a lot of work, but yeah, you can do that for sure. Um, no, like I bought like scroll saws, like just machinery. Everything that's in some dude's garage, all his tools are going to be there. It's lawnmowers, all that stuff. Sometimes there's cars there.
Right.
Anyway, um, estatesales.net, buy estatesales.net shopping app, T for teen. Not sure why.
Well, why not? Well, really quick, I want to give a just a quick shout out again, Caleb Fultz. Do not forget the app out there, people. Podnutz in your pocket. If you want to have all the Podnutz show notes at the drop of a dime, you just open up the app. You can go to all the notes for all the shows. We are also integrating support for live notification. So when a show goes live, you'll get a ping telling you about it. There is more features Caleb is looking at implementing.
Hmm.
I will say provide feedback will help. If there's a million people out there, just hypothetically, that say, Caleb, I want to be able to listen to the shows that got posted, then that will become a priority for him. So if there is features in this app that you want, think of this as a soft launch. Eric, I'm going back to the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch was a completely soft launch. 80% of what that console can do, it couldn't do on day one. And there's still features that it can't do that it's going to do in like 3 or 4 months. Um, that's how everything's done now, soft launch. It used to be called a beta launch, whatever. Now it's a soft launch. Caleb made a agile workflow where he created an application that did one thing solidly, which gives you all the RSS feeds and all the notes to all the shows. Now he's going to keep expanding the scope of the app over time. You, as a Podnutzians, have a chance to have direct influence over what gets done, when it gets done, why it gets done, and how it gets done. So if you open up the app and say, "What is this? Why doesn't it do X?" You need to stop talking to yourself. It's not healthy. We've been through this. Go on twitter.com, see faults, shoot him a tweet. In the description of the app on the Play Store, it also has his email address. Shoot him an email. Tell him what you would like to see and how you would like to see it. Feedback is very important. And this app, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is the future of Podnutz on Android devices. This is going to be the only way to get this type of access right at your fingertips. So I want to give a big shout out again to Caleb. Thank you very much, sir. And I can't wait to see what this app becomes.
Yeah, thank you, Caleb. And I'll tell you what, man, Caleb's kind of on a roll. He's been putting out some apps recently. So good job, Caleb. Hey, I also, since we're thanking people, I would like to thank Carlo and Jay for their Patreon contributions. Thank you, gentlemen. We really appreciate it. Anybody else who is listening to the show and likes the show, please head over to the Patreon and throw Door a bone, or 5 or 10 or whatever. Basically, you can just subscribe to the show or Patreon to the show. It's a monthly payment that helps the quality of the show stay high, helps us show up, and helps all the production costs and the servers and I don't know, just the time, man, too. I've still got a couple more App Store. I'm gonna empty my tank unless you have something.
Well, also wanted to let everyone know that now through Patreon, we have a Discord chat server. If you are a Discord user and you want access to that app, the easy way.
Wow, Dor, that was like a direct answer to a question from a listener recently.
Yeah,
It was like yeah. See, that's the thing. A listener asked about this, and I didn't even know what a Discord was. So go ahead, Dor. I'm sorry.
So yeah, if you want a private chat room where we can hang out as Podnutz people, talk to each other. Even has a voice room where you can go in there. We can have voice conversations with other Podnutzians. And I'll say this: it is the first sanctioned place that has a NSFW room in it, and it's only because Knucklehead Tech showed up, and I got to give him a place to vent. I'm just saying. So if you're a kid,
I might find my way into that room.
So if you're a kid underage and you join that Discord server and you join that room and I find out you're a kid, I'm kicking you out of the room. I'm just saying that out loud. Now, if you don't have enough money to afford being a Patreon, or you don't trust Patreon, or you don't like Patreon, but you still want to be in Discord, shoot me an email. Okay. The number one goal of Podnutz is to never hold anything back behind a paywall. Yes, you join the paywall, I'll shoot you a link immediately and you'll be supporting the network. If you don't want to be a part of that paywall, you cannot afford it. Don't skip medication to afford to pay us money. Don't avoid buying your kid that jacket he needs for another week to support us. Buy the things you need to buy. Shoot me an email, mail@podnutz.com, say, can I get in the Discord? And I'll shoot you a link. Period. Because we're a community, we're a family. I'm not going to hide anything behind a dollar bill.
Yeah. Okay. Well said, Dor. And I'll have to get into the Discord that way because I don't give back to my own show, I guess. All right. Anyway, so this is Metal Detectors Pro by Gamma Play. This is going to be the perfect app if you want to find those metal studs in your walls. If you have metal studs, it actually works. It's not just, and I know sometimes I'll tell Door, well, it seems like my phone's faster, and he'll be like, well, that's just, I don't know. There's some fancy big word that he always uses when I say stuff like that. He always, what is that word you always say, Door? You always say that's just, I don't know, speculation. I don't know, some word like that. That it's not really definitely faster because of this update, but now it seems like it you think it is. But anyway, this does actually seem to use a sensor and work as a metal detector.
Well, but here's the problem. Well,
But I actually
here's the question.
okay.
How the hell do you know where the sensor is on the back of your phone? How do you know it's not in the bottom right-hand corner or the top left-hand corner?
Yeah, so I didn't say you can find nails in your studs. I said you can find metal studs in your wall.
Okay, so how do you know whether it's under the bottom right-hand corner of your phone or the top left-hand corner of your phone?
Well, I was holding my phone in a portrait mode, so it's only going to be this 4 inches of my phone, wide. It's going to be in that area, and it does get stronger and whatever. No, accuracy may not be perfect on this. No, it's not. It's not a pinpointer. It's a phone still, and it's a
Well, honestly, what I'm thinking is you're gonna have to put your phone portrait when it starts to go off, basically lightly draw a box around your phone and then keep dragging it until it goes away. Draw another box around your phone. Then turn your phone 90 degrees, do the
mm,
same thing, then rotate it another 90 degrees so it's portrait upside down. Draw the same thing, and wherever all those boxes intersect, the stud has to be there. Is what I'm thinking. And then when you do that, then
sure.
you realize, oh, my sensor is in this corner of my phone because every phone could have it someplace different. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Now this is totally not a stud finder. This is a metal detector, and this only works if you've got metal studs in your wall. I mean, there's buildings constructed, doors. Your house is new enough. You probably have metal studs in your walls, right? Or is it wooden?
Uh,
I don't know.
no,
Anyway,
wood. I see wood.
all right, good man, lucky
Oh,
man. All right, let's move on to the next app.
okay. Well, we've been on for an hour and a half.
I've got two more apps. I don't get to. You're just
Okay,
see,
go.
Door. You're just trying to hold me back because I got more apps than you this week.
I'm
The
just trying to
one
let
week,
you play BB10 too. But go ahead.
the one week I got more apps than you. Don't bring me down, man. This app is cool. Okay, this is called Add Text. Simply Add Text.
Okay.
It's by Gabo Apps, and this app is made specifically for adding text to your pictures. Like, say if you're going to post something for sale on Facebook, or you just want to make some silly little meme.
Thing.
Um, yeah. So this is a great way to add text. But what's nice is you can change the perspective of it. There's a lot of customization. Like if you want it to, go down the side of a wall, you can change the perspective of it so it looks like it's fading away from you, or coming towards you. You can bend it. Um,
Oh, yeah.
on
So you can, like keystone it.
Yeah, lots and lots of different ways to manipulate your text, and many fonts and colors and things to it. So really super easy to use too.
Yes, this is great for memes.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that was Add Text by. Let me scroll up here. That was Add Text by Gabo Apps. Rated E for everyone contains ads. Last app I have for tonight is a Google app. It's in beta. I don't. I've got a 128 gigabyte phone, so I don't personally need this app. But if you got a 16 gigabyte phone or 32 gigabyte phone, you may need it.
Mm.
I'm not judging, but um,
Oh,
it's called Files Go Beta. Free up space on your phone, unreleased by Google. So all those crappy, spammy apps that you can download from the store that supposedly do this kind of thing, here's Google's answer: don't buy those, don't use those, use ours. And it goes through a number of just like different things on your phone, and it actually would work to clear up space.
you know, like what it does?
Okay, let me pull it up on my phone because So it'll do app cache, temporary files from your apps. Like right now, I can free up 334 megabytes by just pressing that right now.
Right, right.
Downloaded files, I can it'll erase those. 9.41 megabytes. And these are just right from the app, one touch. It's not like you have to go digging through a bunch of settings menus or anything. I mean, you can probably get all of this stuff done other ways, but it's going to take you time and it's going to be harder to do. If right now, I'm using 28.97 gigs of my 128 gigs. So it shows you that right on top. Unused apps you haven't opened in the last 4 weeks. I can I can free up 428 megabytes if I press that button, get rid of them.
Good.
Large files, like podcasts. If you're not set, if your podcast player is not set up correctly to delete them after so long or whatever,
right?
They'll stay on your phone along with videos and things. And like your videos are probably uploaded to Google Video. You really don't need to keep them on your phone or your Google Drive. So I could free up 715 megabytes just by getting rid of these large files.
Right.
So
go ahead. And there's more in the description. It also says what it can do is called deduplication. So when I see a picture on Google Plus, download it to my phone, then share it in Voxer, then share it in Messenger, technically there's 3 copies of that image on my phone because it saves it in Voxer, it saves it in my download folder, and then it saves it in my text message. So it can also go through your phone and dedupe files, which I can tell you now that can save a lot of space, which that's really good. And this is the same kind of thing I said about Microsoft and Windows Defender. No company in the world should be able to compete with Microsoft if they make a proper antivirus, anti-malware solution. Because who knows Windows better than Microsoft? Let's not go to how that turned out. But in Android, nobody should know better where to look for files, what files are expendable, and how to get rid of those files in a proper way and not cause issues with your phone or your applications. No one should know better than Google. So, and this app, and I'm speaking as Mark now, this app is only 6 megs big. So if you're low on space, I doubt you're going to find an app that's better suited, knows more about your device, and takes up such a small footprint in this app. This is fantastic, Eric.
Oh, thank you. I saved the best for last.
Okay, good. Well,
that was it. That was my last app.
I installed it.
Good.
Very cool. Yeah, because I did hear about this app, but only in articles. Files Go is coming to Google. Okay, what the hell do I need another file manager for? I didn't understand. I thought it was just a file manager. So now I know it's much better.
Yeah, I had no idea what it was either at first. But sometimes I just like to go to Google and see what they have too, because sometimes they'll just drop stuff that you don't even see in covered anywhere that just is new.
Yeah, I once in a while just go to Google Play, look for any Google app, scroll down, apps also made by Link, and click more and look at every app made by Google. Just because one beginning to start, you're going to see apps in that list you didn't even realize were apps. You're going to see apps in that list that you're going to look at. What the hell is this? And you click on it. You'll never need it in your life. But I also guarantee you there'll be at least one app in that list you're going to think, oh, they have an app for that. And then you install it and it's going to actually work.
Yep. Well, Dor, is there anything else you want to say to the folks?
Oh, I want to thank everyone for their support. I want to thank Josh. Sorry. I want to thank Swinging Door in the chat room. The last 4 weeks or so, Eric, he has given us the show title like 3 out of the 4 weeks. If you listen to this show and you said this show should have been called blah blah blah, well, if you come out to the show live Thursday nights, 9 p.m. New York time, hang out in the chat at podnutz.com, click on shows live, Android App Addicts, you can help naming this show as well, because my speech had issues for 80% of my life. My show naming capability still suffers. So I always need help.
Yeah. So from now until the future that we do not see at this point, we will be taking the show titles directly from our chat room. And if you want a piece of naming one of these shows, come out and listen live and get in on some of that. So far, Josh, tonight, and it's kind of fun because our chat room, if you've never been there, you can make a name to be called. And somehow, Chad from the Makers Show is in our chat room as just the word "the," and so um, and tonight Josh is swinging door, and he's like last week he was Ardini's Army, so it's a real fun place. It helps us during the show. Sometimes it's distracting to us because I'll just start laughing at something I read in there, but most of the time it's a help. So I want to invite you guys to all come here, come there or go there and try to help us name the shows. And thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. I think actually we had a listener today. Somebody locally actually hit me up. He's like, "Hey, how do I find your podcast and Podcast Addict?" And then right back, like 2 seconds later, he's like, "Oh, never mind. I found it. I got something to listen to today." So I actually may have a local listener, which is kind of cool.
Very
So if
cool.
he may not be listening to this one because he was listening to last week, but it may have been a one hit wonder, but we'll see.
Gotcha. And don't forget, people, if you want to send us a voicemail, 7076 Podnut. That's 7076 Podnut. And if you want to shoot us an email, it's aaa@podnuts.com. Do not forget Podnuts in your pocket. Download it, click it, look at the notes, click the links, install the apps, become addicts just like us.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, guys. Okay. Or I'm not going to stop.
Do I have to stop my
I'm never going to stop.
thing?
Okay.
489.
489. All right. Hey, everybody. This week on episode 489 of the Android App Addicts podcast, we have maybe a backslider on the intervention that we had last week where somebody gave up something they loved.
No, too long.
They may be coming back.
Too long.
All right. 489.
49.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to. Hey, everybody. On episode 489 of the Android App Addicts podcast, we are backsliding from our intervention of the week before. We just couldn't stay away. Come join us. How's that? Don't kill the stream.
Damn. Oh man. No. File. Save project as. 489. Okay. For some reason, it never sounded like the right number in my head.
Yeah, it's a weird number.
Bang.
I can stop my Audacity now.
Yeah.
Here comes the show titles.
You need to keep track of that. I can't. I gotta
No, that's cool. I'm watching.
I gotta try to print something here before I go to bed too.
Oh man, I just cannot stop laughing already. Here we go. From one heavy narcotic to another.
Let me know when you save yours, Eric. Okay, so now stop recording. That's right. Okay, so now my brain is not working, man. I really should have taken off tomorrow. Bang. We're gonna call this that. Okay.
We're gonna call this that.
Now upload in a new window. I gotta keep remembering. Oh, we didn't do the damn app rundown. Damn it.
That's a Mark thing, man.
No, I can do it. It's right there.
I'm old school, man.
No, we gotta do it. I don't remember how long people bitched about that. Really, it was like years. It was like 2+ years bitching about that. Maybe more now that I think about that. Maybe more than that. Unlisted, custom thumbnail, bada bing. Now, okay, did I do that? Did I do that? I did do that. Okay, so close that. I'm going to rebookmark this app, this Fuel Manager Pro consumption. I'm going to try to do a little bit more evaluation on before I bring it. Was free, now it's $199. Oh man, I don't know about you, Eric.
I don't know about me either.
I'm tired.
Whoa, that's weird. The browser's cool, but our apps are better.
Edit.
I don't want to download for PC.
That.
Add.
It's all squares with vehicles. When is capture going to go away? I honestly don't trust captchas now. I keep believing every time I see a captcha, I'm helping Russians.
How's that? Did you watch a weird YouTube?
No, we all got to believe weird stuff, Eric. That's just a fact of life.
How does you doing a captcha help?
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know how, but I keep thinking to myself, how do we still have captchas? You know, must be helping somebody I don't like typing them. I hate them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Captchas aren't fun.
I can't believe we still have them after all this damn time.
Maybe there's just nostalgic. I mean, it's like a legacy.
Well, supposedly Google's reCAPTCHA was going to start doing things to where the whole time in behind the scenes working.
Behind the scenes, when are you a robot? Check here.
Right. No, yeah. Just because it would see your mouse movements, it would see your browser history, it would see all this stuff. So it would know you're not a bot and it would not ask you to authenticate. Did
that I like all right, I got some favorites already. Thank you, Josh. It's a launcher, man. It's laid back. I do. I gotta say, I like that.
Well, you got to keep track of the good ones, Eric.
Oh, I am.
It's the only thing I ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a document. I feel like Mark, I'm gonna make a spreadsheet here.
Dude, Eric, 14 apps.
What?
That's how many apps we have tonight. That's what I'm saying. We should have did the friggin' rundown. You would have been proud of yourself.
Yeah, that's all right.
Except for the MAKEAPP app, you would have been completely proud of yourself. Oh, wait. Better go out, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it still counts as an app?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Uh, how?
Much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
No, I just hit the wrong thing. My bad.
I drive my kids crazy by saying stuff like that. They get all so mad. Ooh, so mad.
Text editor. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right.
Oh my goodness, I hate this chair. Oh, I hate this chair so much.
Would somebody
Oh,
buy Dora a chair? Just
no.
put it in his. Just throw it in his Amazon
You know how
cart
expensive
and let him look at it first before you send it to him.
you know how expensive chairs are, dude?
Ooh, I like that one too. I'm feeling bored already, Eric. that's that's a good one. I like it.
I'm feeling bored already. When did I say that? I didn't say that, did I?
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
I'm already over it. I'm already over
When
it.
did
It's
I
okay.
say that?
I don't know.
I don't think I said that.
I'm
I think
pretty
someone's
sure
confused.
I would super suck at it.
I'm pretty sure I said that, yes.
I made great brownies.
I make great brownies. I don't know. It wasn't NavBar. It wasn't Falling Balls. It wasn't Blue Edge. It wasn't Lawnchair. It wasn't Finger Balance. It wasn't Makeup. It wasn't Estate. It wasn't Metal Detector. It wasn't Ad Text. I don't know when I said it.
Chicks? Eric, this is 2017. Eric's opinions are not that of Podnutz. I do like that.
Oh God.
What's up, ladies? Vodka's a staple, ladies. No, it's not. I didn't say that. I must have mumbled. So there's not enough vodka at this table, at this table, ladies.
What did he say? He said
Vodka's a staple.
vodka's a staple,
He
ladies.
must have some kind of a chat, some kind of a transcriber running on us or something.
No, I think he just types them on the side. He has to.
He might be talking and
I don't
talking
want to
to
know
me.
his secret. Just like Steve
I don't
C
want to know
never
either.
asked me how I found my apps, I don't
Yeah,
ask him about the show titles.
I don't. I'm not gonna. I don't want to
I
know
don't want
either.
to know.
I love it. Don't let me know.
Don't take the magic out of it.
I don't want fake rice.
Yeah,
Let
that
me
fake
finish,
rice pissed
bro.
me off so much, Eric.
Fake
That
rice.
tastes nothing like rice. What is wrong with you people? I keep
What
turning
about
in.
brown rice? Can you? I think we already had
Oh
this
my God,
conversation.
that's even worse. No, no,
It's
no
mostly
rice.
the beer.
Me, anything white, basically, I have to assume is bad.
Hmm.
Seriously, the only white thing I can eat is,
Word, man.
let me
Word.
think. There was a couple white. Oh, eggs. Eggs are white. I can eat all the eggs I want. See,
Can
fat's
you?
not an issue for me. I can eat all the fat I want.
How about the yolks?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Fat's not the issue. Sugar is. Diabetes. Diabetes. Um, white cheese. I can eat all the cheese I want to. Cheese is fat. Um,
What's up? Encoding 700 gigabytes of UFC.
we didn't say UFC. What?
No, that's not us. That's the other chat. E-
The other chat.
Eric, we need to do OLF next year. I agree. Just
And
bring
then he says
Illinois.
.olf.
LFNW. No,
Linux Fest Northwest.
no. Oh, no. That's them back and forth.
Yeah.
Chad says OLF. Josh says LFNW.
Chicken, pork. Yeah, they're both meat. I can have all the proteins I want. Don't take that any further. Just all the meat, fish I can eat basically. Um, the only thing I can't do is like wet sauce on most meats because most wet sauces are sweet, except for like buffalo wing sauce. Buffalo wing sauce, no sugar.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, the gets highlighted every time somebody writes the word the. I'm gonna have to go to my list here and
Yeah, what do you think about some? Don't be a food racist, or the word food
okay, Door.
racist.
I got two I really like.
Okay, shoot.
I'm feeling bored already, Eric, and it's a launcher, man. It's laid back.
I don't like insulting you in a show title.
All right, it's a launcher, man. It's laid back. You like that? I think that's
That
pretty cool.
that ain't bad. Ain't bad.
All right, we're gonna go with that.
Well,
Thank
see,
you.
that's it. Pick another. Has to be another one, right?
Another one?
Yeah, sure.
Unroasted, unsalted, and seam cleaned.
I kind of like that one. I'm not gonna lie.
That ain't bad. That's a good one. We'll throw that. Let me throw that in the bucket.
AKA duck fat. It's mostly the beer. That's a sad title.
Yeah. Chicks. Eric, this is 2017. That one's
That's insulting too. We can't have that.
no insulting, huh? All right. I'll take one, whatever. It's all for the good of the show, right? They say it's all for the good of the country. Circle of mushrooms. Man, we can't hit that
Circle of
twice.
mushrooms. I don't know, dude.
We can't do that two back-to-back shows, can we?
Yeah. Do you want me to find that podcast episode, Eric? Where they literally went through they explained a couple phenomena. That's the word I couldn't remember. Phenomena. They explained a couple natural phenomenons like that.
I'm just super glad to hear that you didn't say, "Hey, that's definitely where there was a septic tank and it's definitely probably leaking." So that's why there's a circle there. So I'm glad that that's not
I
your
can't
answer.
believe it would. I don't think it would be a mushroom if it was septic. I picture dead grass, yeah, but no more. I would picture like, have you ever seen those liquid bubbles underground? Like you step on the ground and the ground moves like water.
Oh yeah.
That's what I would expect. But also, I'd expect a big stank.
Well, I mean that house there was definitely multiple outhouses, in that yard over the years. But
Gotcha.
I haven't dug them up yet. But I tell you what, man, I got a 1918 penny out of the yard the other day.
That's
That was pretty cool. Wheat penny.
so. Which one did you stick with, Eric?
I haven't. I got those three.
I don't know if I missed an opportunity with the big things. I'm sorry. That's not
Yeah,
good.
I don't remember that one. What was that?
That was in the very beginning. That was with falling balls or whatever. You said there was those little pink things. I don't know if I missed an opportunity.
That's a pretty good show title too. I I like it.
I like it too, but now, to bow to you, what's capitalized?
Huh?
Say I would have to be capitalized. Don't would have to be capitalized. No would have to be capitalized.
Oh,
If
everything. All of it.
every now you're turning no way. That's not what you said last time. Last time you were telling me how wrong I was.
Well, no, I mean, if you're gonna do it, go ahead. Do it all. I'm gonna say I wouldn't capitalize any of them but the I's. Personally, I would not capitalize any of the first letters. Only the I's would be capitalized in that
I shouldn't
whole
have said
sentence.
okay, I got it. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, next.
But yeah, let's do it that. I don't know if I missed an opportunity with the pink things. It's a good one.
Okay.
Thank you, Josh. You the man.
Yeah, are you
You the
done
man.
uploading?
Oh.
Take that as a no.
Uh
Bro, do you even upload?
dude. I have the OwnCloud open, but I don't have my file dropped.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Eric. Wife's taking off work tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What were we at? 489?
Yep.
All right. What's she doing?
I don't know. I did not know.
Yeah, I had a 4-day weekend last week, and that was nice.
That's good. Kind of like that.
Bro, you even drop shot, dude? The I love the beer. I don't know if I missed an opportunity to big things. Reverse BB tan. We need a chat like this for the makers.
He just liked typing the word the.
So Josh, are you the bowler or the sweeper? Got it. Or do you just switch off?
That sounds pornographic.
He's got curling on Friday nights.
Oh. I'm American. I don't know what that means.
Well, I don't know if those are the correct words. I don't speak Canadian, but I'm just guessing it's bowling and sweeping or brushing. The brusher and the bowler. I must be way off because he's not typing nothing. Usually the skip. Oh dang, don't know what that is. Let me Google that for myself. The skip determines the strategy and holds the broom in the house to indicate where a teammate at the other end of the curling sheet should aim the stone. Damn. The skip is a skipper. Oh, he's a captain. He's a captain.
I'm your captain. I'm your captain. What's that song? Dun, 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 dun. From my ship. I think it's called Oh My Captain. I can't remember now.
Oh yeah, so guess what happened after I went to that estate sale and
You
my wife
burned.
bought that picture?
Oh, what?
Oh, immediately. On the way home from the estate sale, we had to listen to that Edmund Fitzgerald song all the way home.
What the hell is that? I don't know what you're
You
talking
don't
about.
What? You only know 70s songs. You have to know the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald song.
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell. I
Oh,
usually don't know song names. I'll say that.
it even sounds Irish.
Alrighty.
Oh, dude, I'm like
So in other words, it's Scottish.
I don't know.
I don't know the song. I don't know most. The only song name I know is Baba O'Reilly because this name makes no sense. Nowhere in the song does he say Baba O'Reilly, but the song's called Baba O'Reilly.
This is by Gordon Lightfoot, man.
Okay.
Here.
He sounds like a Votech teacher.
There's your link.
Got the link. Clicking over.
You hear that first chorus, you'll remember it.
Is it quiet in the beginning? Oh, there you go. Yeah, it takes 14 seconds for it to start playing.
You don't know this song?
I have heard this. Yeah, it does have some Celtics thing going on.
Yeah, so it was like a shipwreck in like 1976 or 1974, and then this song came out like in 1975.
Yeah. See,
But
that's not.
listen to, if you didn't know that, you'd think the song's like from the 1700s or something. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that's what's going through my head. I think.
What?
Yeah. This is the song that was going through my head.
Okay. Grand Funk Railroad, huh?
Yeah. I'm your captain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that last song didn't sound like they did quite enough drugs. To me, the best musicians do the most drugs. It just happens. Yeah. See, that's just good. That's good music. Okay. Let me see. Patreon is finally back up and running. YouTube is
I don't know.
done.
I hit a button and this song came up.
I got to post this to Patreon because Patreon's finally up and working. Video. Paste. Paste. Done. Click. Paste. Enter. Good. Paste. Only for Patreons. Set early access. 4 days. It's like Google's blackmailing sites now. Because I have Google Alerts set on, right? Google Alerts are supposed to give me
Mhm.
notifications when stuff enters Google search.
All right. And
And
there's
nothing.
not search news. Google News. It doesn't just go to no, just it's not if something
I thought it was,
gets crawled by a spider
I thought it was
into Google
anything.
search. No, you'd never stop getting notifications then.
Well, if it's for Podnutz, I wouldn't expect thousands a day.
Well, there's items that I do um have alerts for that would be thousands a day if that was the case.
It's a type of bacon on your pizza, Chad. What? Alrighty. Canadian Bake is a great movie. What? All I did was say that their beer sucks.
I don't remember that movie.
Oh, it was his last movie before he died.
Whose?
On Candy.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was. Rhea Perlman was in it, the girl from Cheers, Danny DeVito's wife. So I want to say it was her last thing that she did because she just dropped out.
I'm sincerely considering purchasing an electric assist bicycle or adding
Um,
an
Dude,
electrical hub to my bike.
you're not going to hear me say that stupid. That's a fantastic idea. You want to know more about them? Ping Liam.
Yeah, Liam's down with those.
Oh, he is all over that. He loves
Oh,
that crap.
that's
The other
cool.
guy on the
Of course he
makers.
would. I really miss the days when I had my
I
shop and
know, I know,
Liam and I just hung out all
I
day
know.
long.
I've heard it a million times, dude. I know. Trust me. Because I want to own a shop just so I could do that.
It was awesome, dude. It was so fun.
Jonas on the makers, he's in Hawaii. He basically has his own electric assist bike that is, I'm going to say this right, made out of bamboo, and he put electric assist on it. So that's like the ultimate in, you know, cancel why then no. Paste. There you go. So yeah, Liam knows about that. He loves his because he's in Texas. He can actually use it.
Beer sucks.
I was lined in Canadian bacon doing a hockey game, and
And a walker.
he started a riot in the place. Like it was insane. Everyone was fighting, and it all started because he said that their beer sucked. And he just like took a drink of the beer. He's like, "Man, their beer sucks!" And boom, whole place
Uh,
exploded. And then he said the line, and I don't know where this line actually came. Would it come from Rodney King? And he said, "Can't we all just get along?" Movie was good. There was a couple names in it too, like cameos. Just good, good. Turnover. I don't even know who Turnover is.
Oh, I've got too many windows open. Well, I like this tune, man.
You like what?
The robot program not to know.
Yeah, me too. No, I don't.
It's a good tune. Reminds me of Spose. Anybody listen to Spose? I like Spose.
Hey, Eric.
Hmm.
You like those?
I like Spose.
Who doesn't? I don't know. I'm just on the
Oh
edge of
yeah,
my
dude.
seat.
This is a song with a message, man. I like it.
I'm just on the edge of my seat waiting for that Biggie movie to come out.
Biggie.
Biggie Smalls. Notorious B.I.G. Maybe.
I don't know, I'm not. Biggie. Can't you see that guy?
Sure,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Big
I don't
guy
know.
dead. Bag.
You like hoes?
Electric wheelbarrow. That's actually pretty smart.
It is.
All you need is like a little trigger control or something, or a little throttle. Bang, you're in there. Take it to Russia, you'll be rich.
Take it to rock balls would be poor, but I'd have one.
Self-propelled, self-driving wheelbarrow. Elon Musk, supposedly the news stuff is all hopping on him, saying right now he's in a world of hurt.
I'm reading this book right now.
Oh, that could be really good.
It is. It's really good so far. It reminds me a lot of
Don't
a
say
lot
it.
of people I know.
Okay. Best hip hop of all time. I don't want to know who he's thinking about
It must be Biggie.
that. Oh, crikey, here we go. He shared this before.
Oh, I know. I just watched this recently.
This. Where the hell did he find this? Chasing a bear on a buffalo. If that's not manly, I don't know what is. Just better not get knocked off that buffalo is all I gotta say.
This is the song I was talking about. You guys were talking about good beers, right here.
Why were you talking about this
No, the one
song?
I just put in.
Oh. Okay, he asked you twice. He asked you once, he asked me once. How did you find this app? How did he find that video?
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, seriously, what were you doing when you found that video? Mac Lethal.
Yeah.
Sounds really white. Is he white? Oh no, Chad put one in there. Now I'm gonna worry. Cover the children's ears.
Oh, Mac Lethal, man. There you go. He's so fast.
He's quite white. That is not easy to listen to. 11:30.
Oh man, dude. If you go to
I watched
like
most of it.
5 minutes on the history of America one, did you watch that?
No,
Around
that's
5
really hard to watch.
around around 5 around 5 minutes in. Yeah, 5:05 in. That's the best.
Okay.
Well found, Chad. Well found. I don't remember this one, Dor.
It's old. Yeah, this was before 2000. You want something awkward? Try 30 seconds into this. Here we go. 8 minutes long. Oh, this is great. I love these.
Man, I cannot find my browser window that has the Buffalo song playing nonstop. I can't find it.
30 seconds. Here we go.
There it is.
Yeah. Great.
30 seconds in?
Yeah. Talk
Okay.
about awkward. Guy asked for N. What an idiot.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Dude, I could watch those all day, man.
Yeah. Same thing with the old Family Feud mess ups. All right, guys, I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna finish editing this tomorrow.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. Chad, hopefully your podcast is as cool as this one someday. No, actually, honestly, I love listening to you guys.
Well, it's going to be streamed to the Discord server. So,
and I emailed you guys the show, but for some reason, Door's email was broke and it didn't make it to you.
I know. All right, guys. I'm gonna kill the stream.